Hello and welcome to Golden Years Balance, your trusted source for senior health tips, wellness and life lessons. In today's video, we're addressing a sensitive but incredibly important issue that many senior women face: urinary incontinence, or the accidental leaking of urine. It's something that affects millions of women, but the good news is many habits can either contribute to or exacerbate this problem. The goal today is to help you prevent it by making small changes to your routine. We're going to go over 8 habits that doctors warn senior women about and why you need to avoid them to stop wetting your pants. These simple adjustments can make a world of difference when it comes to regaining control over your bladder and improving your overall quality of life. So, if you've been dealing with incontinence or want to prevent it from getting worse, this video is for you. Let's get started. Habit number 1, holding it too long. Why you shouldn't wait to use the bathroom. One of the most common habits that women, especially senior women, develop is holding in their urine for too long. It's easy to get caught up in daily activities, whether it's work, running errands, or even relaxing at home, and think, I'll just wait a little longer before going to the bathroom. While this may not seem like a big deal at first, holding it in for prolonged periods of time can have serious consequences for your bladder health, particularly as you age. Here's why holding it is harmful. Increased pressure on the bladder. When you hold in urine for too long, you're putting unnecessary pressure on your bladder. Over time, this pressure can weaken the bladder muscles and make it harder to fully empty the bladder when you do finally use the bathroom. This can lead to bladder retention, where urine remains in the bladder, increasing the risk of infections and leaks. Bladder dysfunction. Regularly ignoring the urge to urinate can lead to bladder dysfunction. This means that your bladder loses its ability to signal you when it's full or needs to be emptied. If your bladder doesn't receive the proper signals, you may experience urgency or incontinence, which can lead to embarrassing accidents. Urinary tract infections, UTIs. Holding in urine for extended periods increases your risk of developing a urinary tract infection, UTI. The longer urine sits in the bladder, the more likely bacteria will grow, potentially leading to infections that cause pain, discomfort, and frequent bathroom trips. UTIs can also exacerbate urinary incontinence. What you can do instead, the solution is simple. Go when you feel the urge. Try not to ignore the signals your body is sending. Instead of waiting, make a habit of using the bathroom regularly, even if you don't feel a strong urge to go. Scheduled bathroom breaks every few hours can help keep your bladder healthy and prevent accidents. By listening to your body and going to the bathroom when needed, you'll protect your bladder health and reduce the risk of urinary problems as you age. Habit number 2, drinking too much caffeine or alcohol. Why it's harmful for bladder health. For many senior women, enjoying a cup of coffee in the morning or a glass of wine in the evening is a daily ritual. While this can be enjoyable, consuming too much caffeine or alcohol can actually contribute to urinary incontinence, making it more difficult to control your bladder as you age. Caffeine, which is found in coffee, tea, chocolate, and many sodas, is a diuretic. This means that it increases the production of urine, leading to more frequent trips to the bathroom. For some people, too much caffeine can cause urgency, where the urge to urinate comes on suddenly and strongly, sometimes leading to accidents. Caffeine can also irritate the bladder lining, making it more sensitive and contributing to feelings of urgency and frequency. If you already have an overactive bladder or are prone to urinary leakage, cutting back on caffeine can help reduce these symptoms. It's important to note caffeine doesn't just cause more frequent bathroom trips, it can also increase bladder pressure, making it harder to hold urine, especially if you wait too long to go. Similar to caffeine, alcohol also acts as a diuretic, increasing the amount of urine your body produces. Drinking alcohol can lead to dehydration, which can irritate the bladder and worsen urinary symptoms. Alcohol also relaxes the muscles that control the bladder, making it harder to control the urge to go. Another issue with alcohol is that it can interfere with the nervous system, reducing the brain's ability to respond to the bladder's signals. This can lead to incontinence, especially if you drink alcohol in the evening or before bedtime, causing you to wake up frequently to use the bathroom during the night. What you can do instead, if you're dealing with urinary incontinence, consider reducing your caffeine and alcohol intake. Opt for decaffeinated drinks, herbal teas, or water instead. Gradually cutting back on caffeine and limiting alcohol consumption, especially in the evening, can help improve bladder health and reduce incontinence symptoms. By moderating your caffeine and alcohol intake, you'll give your bladder a much-needed break, which can improve your overall control and reduce the frequency of leaks. Habit number 3, not doing Kegel exercises. Why they're crucial for bladder control. One of the most powerful and effective habits for managing urinary incontinence is doing Kegel exercises, but many women don't realize just how important they are. Kegel exercises are simple pelvic floor muscle exercises that can help strengthen the muscles that support the bladder, uterus, and rectum. These muscles are responsible for controlling urination, and strengthening them can significantly improve bladder control and help prevent leaks. As we age, especially after childbirth or menopause, the pelvic floor muscles can become weakened or stretched, leading to issues like urinary incontinence. Without strengthening these muscles, it becomes harder to hold in urine, and even small movements like coughing, sneezing, or laughing can cause leaks. How Kegel exercises help? Kegel exercises work by targeting the pelvic floor muscles, which are the muscles that control the flow of urine. By regularly strengthening these muscles, you can improve bladder control and reduce the frequency of urinary leaks. Here's how Kegels help. Strengthen the pelvic floor muscles. Regularly doing Kegel exercises helps you build strength in the pelvic floor muscles, improving their ability to hold back urine. This is especially beneficial for women experiencing stress incontinence, which happens when pressure is placed on the bladder, such as when laughing or lifting something heavy. Prevent future incontinence. Kegels aren't just helpful for managing current incontinence issues. They can also prevent future problems. Strengthening your pelvic floor muscles helps to keep them from weakening further as you age, making you less likely to experience severe incontinence later in life. Improve sexual health. In addition to bladder control, Kegel exercises can also improve sexual health. Strengthening the pelvic floor muscles can enhance sensitivity and intimacy, which is important as you age. How to do Kegel exercises. Identify the right muscles. To locate your pelvic floor muscles, try to stop the flow of urine while you're going to the bathroom. The muscles you use to stop the flow are the ones you'll be strengthening with Kegel exercises. Perform the exercise. Once you've identified the muscles, contract them for about 3 to 5 seconds and then relax for 3 to 5 seconds. Repeat this cycle 10 to 15 times per set. Aim for 3 sets per day. Consistency is key. Just like any muscle, the pelvic floor muscles need consistent practice to stay strong. Make Kegel exercises part of your daily routine and you'll see significant improvements in bladder control. What you can do instead, make Kegel exercises a regular part of your routine to improve bladder control and overall pelvic floor strength. You can do them anytime, while sitting, standing, or even lying down. It's a quick and easy exercise that doesn't require any special equipment, and you can do them without anyone even knowing. By incorporating Kegel exercises into your daily routine, you're investing in long-term bladder health, improving your quality of life, and reducing the chances of incontinence affecting your daily activities. They may seem simple, but their impact is powerful, especially for senior women. Habit number 4, overusing bladder pads or diapers. Why you should rethink reliance on them. While bladder pads and diapers can provide immediate relief for urinary incontinence, relying on them too much can actually make the problem worse over time. Many senior women with incontinence use pads or adult diapers as a quick fix, but these products can lead to reduced bladder awareness and even worsen leakage in the long run. Why overusing pads or diapers is a problem. Reduced bladder awareness. One of the most significant issues with relying on bladder pads or diapers is that they can numb the bladder's signals. When you wear pads or diapers regularly, your body may become less attuned to the need to use the bathroom. This can lead to a cycle of ignoring the urge to urinate, causing you to hold it longer than you should. which can weaken your bladder muscles and worsen the problem of incontinence. Dependence on absorbent products. Constantly relying on pads and diapers can make you feel more dependent on them, and this dependency can become a mental barrier to addressing the root cause of the issue. Psychologically, using these products can create a sense of helplessness and make it harder to take proactive steps like bladder training or pelvic floor exercises. Skin irritation and infection. Wearing absorbent pads or diapers for extended periods can also cause skin irritation, especially if the product isn't changed frequently enough. The constant exposure to moisture can increase the risk of urinary tract infections, UTIs, as bacteria thrive in warm, damp conditions. For senior women, this can lead to additional health problems. Increased risk of leaks. Interestingly, over time, relying on pads can sometimes cause more leaks. When you know you have an absorbent product in place, you might feel more comfortable holding urine longer, increasing the pressure on your bladder. This can lead to more accidents, especially if your bladder is full and the product isn't enough to contain the flow. What you can do instead: bladder training. Instead of depending on pads or diapers, focus on bladder training. This involves timing your bathroom visits to gradually increase the intervals between trips to the bathroom, allowing your bladder to stretch and hold more urine over time. Training your bladder to go on a regular schedule can improve your bladder control and reduce accidents. Pelvic floor exercises. As mentioned in Habit 3, Kegel exercises can help strengthen your pelvic floor muscles, giving you better control over your bladder. Regular pelvic exercises make it easier to hold urine for longer periods without discomfort. Use pads only when necessary. If you do need pads, only use them in emergencies, such as during long car trips, before social events, or when you're unable to use the bathroom for an extended period. Try to reduce their use on a daily basis by focusing on improving your bladder health. Increase fluid intake. While it may seem counterintuitive, drinking adequate water throughout the day helps your bladder stay healthy. Dehydration can cause your urine to become concentrated, which may irritate your bladder. However, be mindful of how much you drink before bedtime to avoid nighttime accidents. Relying too heavily on bladder pads or diapers can prevent you from addressing the underlying causes of incontinence. While they may provide temporary relief, focusing on bladder training, Kegel exercises, and healthier lifestyle changes will give you better control over your bladder and help prevent incontinence in the long run. By taking proactive steps, you'll not only reduce your dependence on absorbent products, but also regain control over your bladder and feel more confident in your daily life. Habit number 5, ignoring constipation. Why it's linked to urinary incontinence. Constipation is a common issue for many people, particularly as we age. But did you know that it can actually make urinary incontinence worse? The link between constipation and bladder control is often overlooked, yet it plays a significant role in increasing the pressure on your bladder, which can lead to more frequent leaks and urgent trips to the bathroom. How constipation affects urinary incontinence. Increased pressure on the bladder. The constipated bowels put added pressure on the bladder, causing it to become overfull more quickly and making it harder to control urination. When you're struggling with constipation, your bowels are full and pressing against the bladder, increasing the chances of accidental leakage or feeling the urgent need to go. Weakened pelvic floor muscles. Constipation can lead to straining during bowel movements, which can weaken the pelvic floor muscles. These muscles play a crucial role in bladder control, and when they become weakened from the strain of constipation, they may not be able to hold urine as effectively, leading to leaks and accidents. Urinary retention. On the flip side, constipation can also lead to urinary retention, where the bladder isn't fully emptied during urination. The full colon and rectum can physically block the bladder's ability to void properly, leaving residual urine in the bladder, which can increase the risk of infection and urinary tract issues. Increased bladder sensitivity. The pressure caused by constipation can make the bladder more sensitive and trigger the urge to urinate more frequently, even when there's little urine in the bladder. This makes you feel like you constantly need to go to the bathroom, which increases the likelihood of accidents. What you can do instead: Increase fiber intake. To combat constipation, one of the most effective steps you can take is eating more fiber. Fiber-rich foods like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes can help promote regular bowel movements and prevent constipation from becoming a daily issue. The added fiber will help keep things moving smoothly in the digestive tract, reducing pressure on your bladder. Stay hydrated. Drinking plenty of water is key for preventing constipation and supporting healthy digestion. However, be mindful of fluid intake timing. Drink enough water throughout the day, but reduce your intake before bedtime to prevent nighttime bathroom trips. Exercise regularly. Regular physical activity helps improve digestion and reduce the risk of constipation. Whether it's a daily walk, stretching, or other forms of low-impact exercise, staying active helps keep your bowels functioning regularly and relieves pressure on the bladder. Don't ignore the urge. When you feel the urge to go, whether it's for urination or bowel movements, don't delay. Ignoring the urge can lead to constipation becoming a chronic issue, which can then cause more bladder problems. Consult your doctor. If constipation is a persistent issue for you, it may be time to talk to your doctor. They can suggest gentle laxatives, fiber supplements, or stool softeners to help ease your symptoms and reduce the impact on your bladder health. In some cases, constipation may be a symptom of an underlying condition, so getting professional advice is important. Ignoring constipation and its link to urinary incontinence can lead to worsening bladder control over time. By addressing constipation through a healthy diet, regular hydration, exercise, and timely bathroom habits, you can help relieve pressure on the bladder, improve pelvic floor strength, and reduce the frequency of accidents. Don't let constipation control your life. Take charge of your digestive and bladder health and enjoy a more comfortable, confident daily routine. Habit number 6, not staying hydrated. Why dehydration makes incontinence worse. It may sound counterintuitive, but not drinking enough water can actually worsen urinary incontinence. Many senior women make the mistake of reducing fluid intake in an attempt to avoid frequent trips to the bathroom. However, this habit can actually lead to more bladder problems and increase the risk of urinary leakage. Here's why staying hydrated is crucial for bladder health. The importance of hydration for bladder health. Concentrated urine and irritation. When you don't drink enough water, your urine becomes more concentrated, meaning it contains higher levels of waste products and chemicals. This concentrated urine can irritate the lining of your bladder, increasing the urgency to urinate and leading to frequent bathroom trips. The more irritating the urine is, the more difficult it becomes to hold it in. Increased risk of urinary tract infections, UTIs. Dehydration can cause a decrease in urine output, which means your bladder is not fully emptied when you go to the bathroom. This creates an environment where bacteria can thrive, increasing the risk of urinary tract infections, UTIs. UTIs can make the bladder more prone to incontinence and bladder irritability, causing leaks or urgency. Bladder overactivity. When your body is dehydrated, your bladder may become overactive, triggering the feeling of needing to urinate urgently, even when there isn't much urine in the bladder. This overactivity can contribute to urge incontinence, where the urge to urinate is so strong that you may leak before you can get to the bathroom. Weakened bladder muscles. Proper hydration is necessary to maintain muscle function, including the muscles that control your bladder. When you're dehydrated, your muscles can become weaker and less effective at holding urine. This makes it more likely that you'll experience accidents or leaks during the day. What you can do instead, drink plenty of water. Drinking enough water each day is the most important thing you can do for your bladder. Aim for 6 to 8 cups of water a day. And if you're more active or the weather is hot, you may need more. Staying well hydrated helps your bladder stay healthy, reduce irritability, and prevent UTIs. Watch for signs of dehydration. If you feel thirsty, have dry mouth, or notice that your urine is dark yellow or concentrated, these are signs that you may be dehydrated. Drinking a little more water during the day can help alleviate these symptoms and improve bladder function. Avoid drinking excessive caffeine or alcohol. While caffeine and alcohol are liquids, they are also diuretics, which means they cause your body to produce more urine. If you're drinking coffee, soda, or alcohol, Be mindful of how much you're consuming, as these drinks can dehydrate you and irritate the bladder. Choose decaffeinated beverages and water instead. Set reminders to drink water. If you forget to drink water throughout the day, set a reminder on your phone or keep a water bottle with you at all times. Staying consistently hydrated is key for bladder health and overall wellness. Drinking enough water is one of the simplest and most effective ways to improve bladder control and prevent urinary incontinence. While it may seem like avoiding water will help you avoid bathroom trips, dehydration can actually make bladder problems worse. By staying hydrated, you'll support healthy urine production, reduce irritation, and protect your bladder from infections and overactivity. So remember to drink water regularly throughout the day. It's a small habit that can lead to big improvements in your bladder health and overall well-being. Habit number 7, wearing tight clothes. Why tight waistbands and pants can hurt your bladder. Many women love wearing tight-fitting clothes, especially those that provide a slimmer, more sculpted look. While these clothes may seem fashionable or flattering, wearing tight clothes, particularly around the waist, can negatively affect your bladder health and contribute to urinary incontinence. Here's why tight clothing can exacerbate incontinence and bladder control issues. 1. Increased pressure on the bladder. One of the main problems with tight clothing is the pressure it places on your abdomen and pelvic area. Clothes that are too tight around the waist or hips, such as skinny jeans, tight leggings, or high-waisted pants, put unnecessary pressure on the bladder, which can reduce your ability to control urination. The constant pressure may cause the bladder to feel fuller sooner, leading to an increased urge to urinate and, in some cases, incontinence. The bladder naturally fills with urine as it holds and stores it, and when pressure from tight clothing is applied, it can force the bladder to release prematurely, causing urinary leaks or accidents. For many senior women, this added pressure can significantly affect their ability to hold urine between bathroom breaks. 2. Restricted movement and awareness. Tight clothing not only physically squeezes the bladder, but can also make it harder to move freely and respond to the body's natural signals. When wearing tight clothing, it can be more difficult to access the bathroom quickly when the need arises. You may find yourself needing to remove clothing in a rush, which increases the likelihood of leaks during a time of urgency. Additionally, tight clothing can affect your ability to stay aware of your body's signals, making it harder to recognize when your bladder is full. Loose, comfortable clothing allows for better freedom of movement and more awareness of when it's time to head to the bathroom. 3. Impact on pelvic floor muscles. Tight clothing can also affect the pelvic floor muscles that help control urination. The more pressure placed on the pelvic region by restrictive clothes, the more difficult it can be for the pelvic floor muscles to function optimally. Over time, this can lead to muscle weakness and increased bladder control problems, especially in older women. Additionally, tight clothing can cause circulation issues in the pelvic area, which can further contribute to incontinence. It's important to allow proper blood flow to the pelvic region to maintain the strength and function of the bladder and pelvic floor muscles. What you can do instead: opt for looser clothing. To reduce pressure on your bladder and pelvic muscles, choose looser, more comfortable clothing that doesn't constrict the abdomen or waist. Clothes that provide room for natural movement and don't compress your lower abdomen can help improve bladder control and comfort. Stretchy or relaxed fit pants, skirts and dresses are ideal options. Wear comfortable, breathable fabrics. Fabrics that breathe and allow for flexibility, such as cotton or stretchable materials, help prevent the buildup of moisture and discomfort. Moisture can irritate the skin and lead to urinary tract infections, UTIs, which can worsen incontinence. Choosing fabrics that allow airflow can also promote healthy skin in the pelvic area. Avoid tight waistbands. If you prefer pants or skirts, look for clothing with a soft waistband or elastic bands instead of restrictive, tight belts or waistbands. Opting for high-waisted or comfort fit options can take the pressure off your bladder and reduce the risk of leaks. Practice good bathroom timing. Even with looser clothing, it's essential to time your bathroom breaks. Don't wait until you're too uncomfortable or feel an urgent need to go. Regular bathroom trips can prevent unnecessary pressure and make it easier to manage incontinence. Tight clothing may be fashionable, but it's counterproductive for your bladder health, especially if you struggle with urinary incontinence. Reducing pressure on your bladder by opting for looser, more comfortable clothing will help you manage incontinence and stay comfortable throughout the day. This small change in your wardrobe can make a big difference in your bladder control and overall comfort, especially as you age. Habit number 8, ignoring mental health. How stress and anxiety affect bladder control. One of the most overlooked factors contributing to urinary incontinence is mental health. Many senior women focus primarily on physical health like diet, exercise, and medications, but often forget that stress, anxiety, and depression can have a significant impact on bladder control. The connection between mental health and bladder function is stronger than most realize. When you're dealing with emotional stress, nervousness, or anxiety, it can lead to physical changes in your body that affect your bladder health and increase the likelihood of accidents or urgency. How stress and anxiety impact the bladder. Increased urgency and frequency. Emotional stress triggers the release of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which prepare your body for a fight or flight response. This can make you feel the need to urinate more frequently, even when your bladder isn't full. Anxiety and stress can also cause overactive bladder symptoms where you feel a sudden, intense urge to go, making it difficult to hold it in. Muscle tension. When you're anxious or stressed, your muscles naturally tense up. This includes the muscles around your pelvic area, which are responsible for controlling your bladder. Tight pelvic muscles can make it harder to control urination, leading to leaks or urgency when you're feeling stressed. It also increases the likelihood of bladder discomfort or urinary retention, where you may struggle to fully empty your bladder. Weakened immune system. Chronic stress and anxiety can weaken your immune system, making it more susceptible to infections. For seniors, this can increase the risk of urinary tract infections, UTIs, which can worsen incontinence. UTIs can irritate the bladder, causing frequent urination, painful urination, and urgency. Negative impact on sleep. Anxiety and stress also affect your sleep quality. Poor sleep can make you more prone to nighttime incontinence or bedwetting. If you're constantly stressed or anxious, your sleep patterns may be disrupted, leading to nighttime urgency and a higher chance of accidents while you sleep. What you can do instead: practice relaxation techniques. One of the most effective ways to reduce stress and improve bladder control is by practicing relaxation techniques. Consider incorporating deep breathing exercises, meditation, or mindfulness into your daily routine. These techniques can help you manage stress and reduce the physical tension that affects your bladder. Stay active and engaged. Regular physical activity helps release endorphins, which are natural mood enhancers that can reduce feelings of anxiety and stress. Exercise, whether it's walking, yoga, or swimming, can also help keep your pelvic muscles strong, which is crucial for bladder control. Additionally, staying socially engaged with friends, family, or community groups can provide emotional support, reducing feelings of isolation and stress. Seek professional help. If you're experiencing chronic stress, anxiety, or depression, don't hesitate to seek help from a mental health professional. Therapy, counseling, or medication can help you manage emotional health and reduce its impact on your bladder. Talking through your concerns with a professional can provide relief and offer strategies for coping with daily stressors. Establish a relaxing bedtime routine. If anxiety is affecting your sleep, try developing a calming bedtime routine that includes reading, listening to soothing music, or practicing gentle stretches. Ensuring a good night's rest can also help improve your bladder control during the night. Stay mindful of your mental state. Regularly check in with yourself and take notice of how stress and emotions are affecting your body. If you feel tense, take a moment to relax your muscles and engage in a deep breathing exercise. Becoming more mindful of how your emotions affect your physical health will help you stay in control of both. Mental health plays a crucial role in bladder control. If you're struggling with stress, anxiety, or depression, it's essential to address these emotional issues alongside physical symptoms of urinary incontinence. Relaxation techniques. exercise, and seeking professional support can help you manage stress and improve bladder health. Don't ignore the emotional impact of urinary incontinence. Taking care of your mental well-being can lead to better bladder control and a more comfortable life. Incontinence is a challenge that many senior women face, but it doesn't have to control your life. By recognizing and addressing these 8 harmful habits, you can significantly improve bladder health, regain control, and enjoy a more comfortable, confident life. Every change you make, whether it's avoiding tight clothes, doing Kegel exercises, or staying hydrated, can make a big difference in reducing urinary incontinence. Mental health and stress management are just as crucial as physical habits, showing that holistic care is key to a well-functioning body, especially as we age. By incorporating positive habits like bladder training, eating a balanced diet, and practicing relaxation techniques, you'll not only reduce the risk of urinary leaks, but also improve your overall health and well-being. It's about finding the right balance between self-care, physical activity, and emotional wellness to support both your bladder control and your mental health. Remember, it's never too late to make these small yet impactful changes. You have the power to take control of your body and live a life free from unnecessary worry or discomfort. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who might benefit from it. Together, we can continue to improve our health, keep learning, and embrace aging with confidence. Stay healthy, stay empowered, and take charge of your bladder health. You deserve to live life with comfort and dignity.